Yeah, this is all for fun, right? We take it seriously. We used to make these little drum kits, for fun. We were quite young.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was a really good idea at the time. The first thing you do when you're setting up a Kyrandia kit is there's floor. It's all about the floor. You've got to be comfortable. Okay. Oh, lovely hi-hats, which we'll go into later. China. Well, Dan will go into more detail about how obsessive he was about all this stuff. But he was a genius. He was incredible. So this is basically how like this good. That's it. Okay, they're boxes of wood that have selotape stretched over them, and depending on how stretched you did it, depending on what the note was of the drum. Obviously the size mattered as well, but it was an effort. I mean, look, if you want to see close up, it's all crisscross using standard selotape.
Yep.
We were kids, we didn't know how to get big selotape in those days.
So this is the shop over there. We used to mass produce the tin lids are all the all the tin lids, different brands, different manufacturers, which are all basically me.
So Mum used to cut them up, used to say which ones were which, had which sound.
Dog food was the best. Mako, those are the
dog food. Dog food was the best.
These are the ones I want. I want the China. That's the ride. Just hammered. We used to hammer them as well.
They look so beautiful, don't they?
I want some Trident cymbals now.
Wow.
These are my closed hi-hats.
Okay, so Dan, talk about the open hi-hats.
The open hi-hats are basically hi-hats with a little bit of wafer foam.
Yeah, and that foam you can cut and customise until you get the exact amount of distance for them to rumble together. It's nice, it's satisfying, it's just a tin can, but it worked, it was good.
We can make the hi-hats tight like this if you want.
And then that ride was an actual bit of aluminium, aluminium.
Okay.
Okay, we haven't seen this, so
yeah,
we've
got another box of this somewhere.
So it's 2012.
Yep.
And when did we do all this? How old were we? Oh, I'm 31 and you're 29.
Yeah. Probably not that long ago, probably only not 10. Probably last played it 12 years ago, but used to do all this stuff probably 15 years ago or something. Probably wasn't.
Yeah, so we were like 15.
But look, I used
to
put them in manufactured sets with price lists.
Yeah, no, that's really good. I love the way you did that. Well, the thing is, I am. Oh fuck!
Oh, a pair of red hats.
I never really appreciated that all the the commercial side of it that you did. It was you loved it.
These are pop hats, pop hi-hats. Yeah, do you know why they're called pop hats?
Yeah,
because they had
different sound, didn't they? Well, look, okay. I never appreciated how much effort you put into all the packaging, and you made a line, you made a range of all this stuff. But all I ever was interested in was hammering them and trying to make them like a real cymbal. We were 15 and we were drilling holes through tin lids. Yeah. And Dan would get me to do it because I was the older brother, and it would spin in the drill, and you'd have to use a glove, and it was so dangerous. I could have just cut my fingers off.
Got some brand new dark twangs here.
They're brand new. There we go. There's quite a lot of them. Wow.
Yeah.
They're the ones that I hammered.
And they go.
They're the ones that I used to hammer.
Sometimes you used to hammer them. Yeah, you did.
Oh, cool. We love it so much. We take it so seriously.
Okay, we're going to explain the invention of the clatter drum.
It's your version of the snare drum.
Yep.
Right, it's a shallow tom. It's the selotape, it's exactly the same. That's got a little picture on it. But the idea was, Dan used his tin lids, the cymbals, for the clatter drum as well. He devised an idea. You put them in there. You can adjust. It sounds different every time, and then that's just a stand, and then you can tape it up how tight you want, and that's what gives it the fuzz, like a snare. Dan was the inventor. Yeah, he was the innovator. Is that the word? He made it, yeah, he made the idea, but his skills were poor. Yep. Yeah, the glue gun down, big blob, big blob holding it together.
Yep, I used to mass produce.
Yeah, but Dan would make loads and loads. I would just make one ridiculously good one, as you can see, and it's all like, oh my god, I actually lathed that. I went through all the effort to lathe that. bass drum, yeah, is the biggest one. And what was the standard sizes?
They started off at 12 by 15 centimetres, and then Chris made things get bigger, and then they went to 15 by 20 or 14 by 20.
The only reason I wanted to go bigger was because I wasn't a drummer. I didn't have my drum kit of my own. Okay, so the bass drum is the biggest one. This one's different because it's got plastic instead of selotape. We experimented, so it's more like, you know, like a Fear Factory. And then, yeah, the toms and blah blah blah. But the thing is, you don't have a kick pedal. That is the bass. You do that. And it's, you know, that's how you do it. So you're obviously limited of what you can do. If you go and you have to go, you know, like that, or you can go. It's just stupid. So there's the Dan's Mako cymbals, and then I came and I was like, Zilog. I'm gonna make my own range, and so I got this and bashed the hell out of it and made it into that. Dan's classic sound. It was what's it, Dan? The twang or the fuzz?
The fuzz.
The fuzz. It's very, very impact and cutting. Very, you know.
Probably sound like shit on camera.
I turned that into this. Some were good, some were bad. That won't even go on because it's been bashed to shit. I really like this one. It's not too loud. I don't want the cymbals to be too loud. It's a tiny one. Look, you can see here that's actually worn through the tape. It's rocking on it. Okay, it gets worse. I made cymbals out of copper. Okay, that is copper. A copper pipe. I cut a bit off. I ripped it down the middle, like cutting down a human body. And I peeled it open. I peeled it open, yeah? So that is the circumference of the tube. And then I bashed the hell out of it. I cut it. I went through all that effort. But the crazy thing is, how many of them did I make?
Well, you've got a pair of hi-hats here. You've got lots of pairs of hi-hats to be made. I'm the one that would write on them and judge what they were.
Dan is the better player by far.
No.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really do it that much. I just wanted to impress Dan and make big ones. And okay, so that's my setup. Bass drum. I've got that weird plastic thing on and not sellotape, so it's got the clicky sound. I've just got two toms. They don't get too small because, to be honest, I can't hit the small ones, and I'm just not that good. The clatter drum, it's all beefy, all hard. I like, you know, like that's the amazing one that I made. And then the hardware, it's just whatever we found in our box, because we recently have been going through all old stuff. Okay, cymbals at the top two. I've got like the two the crashes, I guess. You know, high and low, and then I've got open hi-hats, closed hi-hats. I'm using the copper thing as a ride, and then just a little thrashy kind of china there, and that's it. That's my setup.
This is my setup, and I made this at work experience with Mr. Austin in Imblehorn, and it's got a corner there. It's very thick there.
It's got a bevel down. It's got a chamfer. Yeah. It's got a 45-degree angle. I mean, considered pretty good way of making it. Really,
I always like the traditional rat-a-tat. I might even use this one here. Tight sound.
His toms are very good.
I use silver hi-hats, which are a certain type of tin lid, which are very crisp. I like the fuzzies. I've got like a bite.
See,
China.
That's why he's better than me.
No, I got a ride cymbal. Look at that. Okay.
And that's it. That's our childhood drum kit. Before we got all stuff like this.
Just to give you a sense of scale. That's how big the drums are. The reason it's called Kyrandia drums is because that's the game by Westwood Studios that used adlib sound blaster sounds. That really funny, you know, that just sounds like it. So we call them Kyrandia drums.
It's an adlib kind of thing.
Yeah. In the 90s. Let's play. hard to fucking hit. The surface area is right in. Now that we've introduced the drums, we're going to introduce some of the music that we used to play to the drums. One of our favourites was this album here, Faith No More. King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime.
That's the only album we really knew. We didn't know any of the...
Yeah.
We were too young for the early stuff.
But this was our favourite album, so we're going to play it. We also liked Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill, Crash Test Dummies,
A bit of Sepultura.
Sepultura, a bit of Metallica Load,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Type of Negative. He's trying to beef up his sticks. Sticks were always a problem in the Kyrandia drumming community.
I don't know where they are, but back in the day, I laved some. Oh.
It was always all about the hi-hats. Everything we ever gave a shit about in our life is hi-hats.
How do you do that? We are the originators of this idea, and if anyone wants to just make their own, you just make it and play it. I mean, there are people that are bound to be way better than us. I mean, way better than me. Let's see how well it catches on.
And now a word from the inventor. I hope you enjoy the drums I've created. You know, shipped them around the world. Now, they never actually caught on. I used to mass produce them. I probably made about 80 drum kits in my life, but we threw them away. I'm actually going to throw away some more. So these are the last two main surviving ones. We'll probably throw all the spares away. I used to make my own catalogues, my own price lists, everything. Anyway, that's it.
And if you plan on making your own cymbals, be fucking careful, because it's so horrible.
And wear a power glove, because the drill picks it up and might cut your finger. Enough! Ah! Ah!